What would you say it takes to be able to fly an airplane?
You have to have self-confidence, and you have to have the ability to learn. Because when you become a pilot, you're flying the airplane, you're becoming Doug Heddy, the weatherman, you're becoming the attorney, and you're also becoming some physicist, because you have to understand the aerodynamics that are involved in it. And we also have to have a mechanical understanding of the aircraft.
Matt Zyman is chief flight instructor at Mizzou Aviation. Since 2006, Zyman has put more than 3,800 flight hours under his wing. He now uses that experience to train other people to become pilots.
And we know what wings are.
Zyman helps teach some of the approximately 20 students currently taking lessons at Mizzou. The day we met Zyman, he took me for an introductory flight lesson.
So can you see the yoke on the inside?
We boarded a Piper Archer, a 180 horsepower single-engine airplane. The Archer is one of many aircraft maintained and operated by Mizzou.
I'll get us started and get us taxied out. After we get taxied out, then you can go ahead and do the takeoff today.
During our lesson, we filled all 4 seats. Directly behind Zyman is our photographer, Thompson, and sitting behind me, our producer, Brandon Stokes, who's a student of Zyman's and is training in a Piper Warrior, an aircraft similar to the Archer. Sitting in the pilot's seat, I had a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. There was a lot of stuff happening on the instrument panel. I was hoping he wouldn't give me too much control. After we took off and climbed to about 3,000 feet, everything was very touchy. If I let up on the yoke, we would lose altitude. It was tough to see over the nose of the plane, and that lack of visibility bothered me. We went slow, so everything he asked me to do was pretty simple.
But now, we're just slowly taking out our power, and we're just touching down. Load it up. No big deal.
When we landed, I wanted to go back up again. It was fun, and although learning to fly has a hefty price tag and takes time, it's something I'd really like to do someday.
How did I do?
You did incredible. For your first flight, it was amazing. You held altitude. You were able to look outside, acquire things outside the airplane. When I asked you to take us to the station, you took us right there. There was no hesitation. When I asked you to make a turn around the station, around the big tower, you made a beautiful turn around a point, and we came back. You seemed real comfortable in the airplane. I didn't see any legs jumping around, and nobody tried to jump out the door today. That was a successful flight.
With his job, Zyman gets to share aviation and teach someone to fly. But more importantly, Zyman says he gets to see students soar to new heights.
I guess there's a sense of pride in watching a student go from day one to their first solo flight. And what does that mean for you when you see them accomplish that?
To fly, you have to build a lot of self-confidence in what you're doing. You have to really overcome a lot of different obstacles. The road to becoming a pilot is very bumpy. You're going to meet a bunch of adversity. So this big personal growth, that's where I really see the pride, is that I look at a person from the beginning and then on the last day after they get their license or after they solo, to be able to see how they've grown personally and built up a self-confidence. That's really, really gratifying.